Yo, what's going on everybody? My name is Sage and welcome to another video everybody. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys the best ways to improve your aim in Pixel Gun 3D. Now, as you guys can tell here, I do have a couple of avatars, and this person here on Instagram made them for me, so go check them out. They helped make all these avatars for me. Anyway guys, you guys have been requesting this video for 2 months since I made the last one, and so I figured I would probably go ahead and make a remastered version of that video because you guys have been requesting it for so long, and I agree that last video was a little outdated. I was kind of socially awkward and the thumbnail looked so bad. So yeah guys, I've got a lot of cool things to show you today. I'm going to be sort of like a teacher. I've been studying this for a few days now, getting ready to put it all into a new video. And yeah, if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe to the channel because I do post videos every single day. And I also like to stream 3 to 4 times a week as well guys. So make sure to subscribe and turn on those notifications to never miss a stream or video guys. And without any further ado, let's get right into the video. Hope you guys do enjoy it. Alrighty guys, the first thing I'm going to be talking about is your sensitivity. You're going to want to have a lower sensitivity, especially for people who 3-cat spam. If you have trouble hitting people who are relatively far away, you're definitely going to want to make it like really low. You're definitely not going to want to have it super high up because when it's really low, you can look side to side without having to stutter so much. However, when you put it to a really high sensitivity, you're looking around, you can do full circles by just moving your thumb like a little bit of distance. And that's really bad, especially when you want to shoot people, like I said, far away. Sometimes when you're really close up, it doesn't really matter. But like having a really lower sensitivity is really beneficial to like having to hit somebody who is not like in your immediate presence. So if you gotta shoot somebody, like I said, who's really far, definitely have your sensitivity low. This goes really well on maps that are even as small as this one here on the pool party. It doesn't really matter the map size. If you're close or far, having a low sensitivity is good. The only thing that it is bad for is being really up close to people, in which case a lot of people tend to abuse the aiming help system, which you should not have active, by the way. Make sure you have the aiming help feature off because that just makes it so like your aim is sort of it just makes it so it's like not going to be consistent. If you have aiming help on, sometimes it like pushes your aim towards a pet they have with them. For instance, if you have like a dog, if they have like a pet rock, if they have a pet unicorn or something like that, it'll actually push your screen towards that instead of towards the person. So I definitely don't recommend using the aiming help feature. However, I do recommend, like I said, that you use the low sensitivity. Having a low sensitivity will make it so much easier for you to 3-cat spam without having to worry about not being able to aim at them properly, because if you're moving super slow, your aim will be nice and stable, and you'll be able to hit your shots more consistently. Alrighty guys, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is your button size. Now as you can see here from my controls, all of my buttons are the max size that they can be, since that the left shoot button can't be put any bigger. It can't obviously get bigger, but as you can see, all of mine, except for the ones on the top right up there, are all max size. The reason that they're all like this big of a size is because you can tap in so many more places without missing the button and missing your shot. So if you're like running around and you're doing like the best movement that you can, and then suddenly you try to go shoot with your thumb or whatever, and then you miss the button and you missed a perfectly clean kill. That's a really bad thing, obviously. So what I find to be really useful is when the button size is really big, because that means you can tap really anywhere on your screen and you'll be able to, you know, click the shoot button. And I also have the left shoot button on as well, as you can see there. I have them both on just in case if I'm not able to use my right thumb because I'm looking around, then I can just stop in midair and then use the left shoot button so I can get that crisp aim. It definitely helps out a lot on Ghost Town. I use that left shoot button sometimes. It's really useful, and being able to have these really big buttons makes it so much easier because I don't have to worry about not clicking. Because I remember before I turned that on, it used to always be like so like it was either like obviously this is gonna sound really stupid, but it was either hit or miss. You would tap somewhere around the button, hopefully you would hit it, and if you didn't, then tough luck. And then somebody told me to change my button size, and I didn't even know you could do that. So I did change my button size and make it nice and big. So it's so much easier now, especially because I don't have to have the thought of, you know, messing up my shot, which would, you know, it sort of like delays my shots and delays my aim. So having the bigger button makes it so much easier. Alrighty guys, the next one I'm going to be talking about is your movement. Now this one is one that's really hard to explain and definitely hard to understand as well, because not a lot of people can actually understand how the movement section will actually tie into your aim. but as a matter of fact, it really does, and it's definitely an interesting concept because let me try and explain it. So whenever you're moving side to side frantically without any plan, with you're sort of being predictable with your movements, you're gonna die a lot faster, and if whenever you die a lot faster, that's not gonna benefit you. So what you try to do is you try to improve your movement speed and your movement, like the way you move, like either side to side, and you go one way longer than you go the other. It sort of depends on exactly how you move, and then whenever you do that, then your aim isn't good, right? Well, that's actually really easy fixable. So what you're going to want to do, like if you want to strafe perfectly along with your aim, you're going to want to move in obviously an unpredictable way, but you're going to want to move like side to side. Like say if you want to go left and right, you don't want to spend like a millisecond doing each, because at that point it's almost like you're being still and you're still able to be hit really easily. So obviously doing these other things to improving your aim, and then you want to do with your movement, you want to move left and right, but not surprisingly, you're going to want to go slowly. You don't want to go super fast, because people are used to people going really fast. So if you're moving side to side, you want to go left really slowly, and then without thinking about it, just jerk the other way, and then don't jerk back the other way right away. You're going to want to keep going left and right over and over again. You want to do it at like different times. So like say you go left for an entire second, then you go right for an entire second. That's obviously your basic strafing. And with that comes the obvious idea of you have to move forward and backwards. So you can also implement some forward and backwards into there, although the depth of the other enemy shots won't really change depending on how you move. So if you're moving forward and back, you're still in their line of shot. It doesn't really depend, unless you're going in like a diagonal way. If you're moving diagonally, it's still going to be hard for them to hit you anyways. And that's really good, guys, especially if you're able to adapt to that movement and use your aim in order to be consistent, because you just kind of become an unbeatable god whenever you're able to move really well and shoot really well. If you think of players like King, he can break anyone's ankles without even having to think about it. Like he can recite the alphabet backwards while juking people out and getting more kills than them by far. And that's because he practices this way of unpredictable movement. And it definitely helps out with your aim a lot, because if you're able to compensate for that, then it just becomes so natural. It's sort of that idea of practice make perfect. And it's definitely true, guys. Practicing your aim while practicing your movement makes you an unbeatable machine. And it's definitely something that you should work on. Alrighty, guys, the next one I'm going to be talking about is another confusing one. A lot of these are pretty confusing, so I'll try and explain it the best that I can. So the next one I'm going to be talking about, guys, is the actual type of crosshair that you use on different weapons. I'm just demonstrating with snipers, but this goes for all things. So for instance, on snipers, your crosshair is going to want to be something that's more plush shaped, like the prototype S there, and not something cylinder shaped like the Comet here. And the reason for that is, if you imagine the plus as having an imaginary circle around it, sort of like for example, the Viking has a circular crosshair. That's because it's a shotgun, right? You can shoot anywhere. You can shoot somebody anywhere within that circle, and they will take some sort of damage. Now, with the weapons like the anti-champion, you can see the crosshair there. I like to imagine that it is sort of like that sort of thing. It has this imaginary circle around it, so I sort of tell myself that it's like a shotgun, so I can hit anywhere within that circle. So I try and put the circle close to it. And obviously, a lot of the times I try and get it dead on center, which is obviously when you're actually able to hit the person. However, the weapon does have a pretty big hitbox, so it's a pretty big sized bullet. Sort of like the laser crossbow has a really big sized bullet as well, although it does have that cylinder shaped thing. I prefer the plus shaped cylinders. They're so much easier to use, and they definitely improve your aim a lot, because having just like a really weird cylinder looking thing with a dot in the middle, it has no dynamics to it. There's no depth. It's really hard to use and understand. So I prefer to use weapons that have the plus crosshair. That's just how I have been practicing my aim and using for so long, guys. I've been doing that for so many years, like the plus style weapons. I just do not like these cylinders. So yeah, guys, I definitely would recommend using the plus shaped crosshairs if you are able to. Alrighty, guys, the last thing I'm going to be talking about in this video is one that's a little bit more simpler and easier to understand, and that is Deathmatch. Now, some of you guys may be asking, well, how can Deathmatch improve my aim? And let me explain it to you. In Deathmatch, you have to go up against multiple different people, and within that, you go up against multiple different types of people. Within the game mode itself, you will go up against people who 3-cat spam, you go up against casual players, and you go up against people who rocket jump, spam, area damage, all that stuff. So the good thing about playing Deathmatch is that you're able to adapt to those types of players, making it so that you can more accurately hit them when you practice, and along with that, there's this really weird concept of angles within the game. So obviously, in order to shoot somebody, you have to look towards their direction, and once you're directly on them, then you can actually shoot your weapon, and you will actually kill them, right? Well, when you're playing deathmatches, there's so many players you have to go up against at once. Say if there's 4 people in front of you, right, and you have to go up against 4 different people. Well, the good thing about that is you'll be able to use your aim in order to move side to side, up, down, diagonal, whichever direction, guys, and you'll be able to do that constantly. Once you get used to being able to move in so many different directions, being able to look in duels against in a 1v1, for example, will be like butter, because you'll have every angle, every way to look around mastered, and that's something that I've been trying to work on more, because I know a lot of players like King and Lucas and all those like really good players out there, they're able to look whatever direction, they're able to make the contact with that hit, guys. Like, you can be like way behind them and they'll suddenly like jerk to the side and they'll shoot you. It almost looks like aimbot, guys, but obviously it's not. It's just their skill, because they're able to look around so quickly and easily without having to really think about it. So being able to like look in different directions without any like hassle is definitely something that you should try and do to improve your aim. It works so well. Alrighty, guys, that is going to be the end of this video. I did talk about a lot of these things in my previous video about the how to improve aim, but some of the stuff I touched up on a lot more, because obviously the previous video was a lot more simple, because I didn't really know exactly like how to explain it. I was just super awkward back then, so I did want to make a remastered version of that video. A lot of people were requesting it, and since that is my most viewed video on my channel, I figured it'd be a good idea to go ahead and remake it now that I have more knowledge of the game and how everything works. So yeah, guys, I hope this video did help you. If it did, make sure to leave a like on this video and also subscribe to the channel, guys, because like I said before, I do post videos every single day, and I do like to stream occasionally as well. So if you like active YouTubers, make sure to turn on those notifications after you subscribe, because I do love making videos. It's what my passion is. And on top of that, let me know down in the comments what you guys would like to see in a future video, because I do take all of my ideas from my comment section, like whatever one I think sounds really good. I always do what you guys want to see. So yeah, leave a comment down below. You never know, I might be able to pick yours, and if I don't pick it right away, then just keep leaving it on all my videos in the future. That way eventually I will see it and I will use it as a future video. So that being said, guys, thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Have a great day. Hey, do you have Discord? If so, you should totally join the official Unity Discord. The link to it is down in the description. As of right now, we have over 500 members who are constantly looking for people to play with. As soon as you join, you can have easy communication with me and everyone else in the community. So, what are you waiting for, man? Go join my Discord. The link is down in the description.